Hi, I'm MGR Invests. I've been investing for 3 years and have always found it a pain to track portfolio performance, dividends, and keep up to date with events regarding my stocks, such as ex-dividend dates and payment dates. I've tried Excel documents, portfolio creation on Yahoo Finance, and a host of other methods. Today I'll show you a live demonstration of the app which is by far the best for me. The app we're going to talk about is StockEvents. So here you can see my portfolio within the app. At the very top, you can see the For You page, the holdings, the dividends, and the collections, which we're going to talk about individually. On the For You page, if you click onto your holdings, you can see all of your individual stocks and how much they've gone up in price in terms of value and percentage. So if I just scroll down, you can see all of my stocks here. Now, the interesting thing is if you go to the top and click on Analytics, it gives you a breakdown of your asset allocation. But also, if you click on here, it will give you a further breakdown of all your individual stocks and what percentage they make up of the portfolio. If you scroll down further, you can actually set yourself goals within the app. So you've got your total market value, with my goal being 1 million. And then further down, you can set your future values. So if you set your values with your dividend growth rate, your expected stock growth rate, and your annual contribution, it'll actually tell you how many years it will take you to hit your goal. So what you can see here is it's saying mine takes 24 years and 105 days. And then you can also change the years and have a look at how much your portfolio will grow over time. For me, the best part of the app is the dividends tab, just because of the usefulness. So what you can see here is that my annual dividends for each month vary quite a lot. And if you go to 2023, you can see in January I earned around £47, February £15, in March £111, and so on. But what I can see is the future dividend value as well. So in October, I'm expecting £49, in November £33, and in December £119. Now, if I scroll down, what you can see is you can see the individual stocks here and how much they pay on an annual basis, broken down into quarters. So if we look at Shell, for example, you can see that it's already paid Q1, Q2, and Q3, and it's due to pay in Q4. And in total, I'll get about £142 from Shell across the year. If I click on Analytics, what you can see here is the monthly amount that I'm going to get paid, the daily amount, and the hourly amount which I'm going to get paid, which is quite cool. If you scroll down, you can see the distribution depending on which stocks you've got. And if you click on this, you can see that 14% of my total dividends are going to come from Shell. You can see 7.3% from Rio, and so on. On the dividend analytics, if you scroll right down to the very bottom, again, you can set yourself some goals. So I've set myself a goal here of £30,000 in annual dividends. And based on this, you can see that it's going to take me about 37 years based on my values which I put in of a dividend growth rate of 3%, a stock growth rate of 7%, and an annual contribution of £10,000. So that 37 years essentially is my retirement date, and I'm trying to knock that down. Again, if you scroll down on the dividends tab and click on an individual stock, what you can see is a host of information regarding that stock. So you can see the Shell price here from 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 5 year, and maximum. But if you scroll down, what you can actually see is loads of statistics regarding the stock as well, including the day range, the volume of shares, the PE ratio, the dividend yield, and so on. But further down, what you can see is a list of important dates for Shell. So you can see the dividend date here in 6 days is going to pay me £37, earnings calls, an ex-dividend date, and then future dividends, ex-dividend dates, and so forth. And then again, you can scroll down, you can see earnings per share, the dividend yield, and so on. The collections tab I personally don't use too much, but what you can see on here is popular stocks on the app, crypto stocks, high dividend yield stocks, top gainers, top losers, and a good one which you might use is the low price one. So the low price one gives you a list of stocks which has got low P ratios, and then you'll be able to sift through and identify good stocks if that's your thing. Now, if I click on this icon in the bottom right, what you'll be able to see are my individual stocks. So you can see I've got 64 positions, and you can see my individual stocks here. So my biggest holdings are in companies like Shell and BP, but also in the Vanguard FTSE VWRL, iShares S&P 500, and you can see the Vanguard FTSE Japan stock at the top there in the gold as well. The gold stocks are ETFs and index funds, and the blue ones which you can see on there are individual stocks. Now at this point, it'd be really hard to manage 65 individual stocks. What you can see on the For You page, it makes life really easy. So I can scroll down and I can see all of the past events regarding to each of my stocks. But also if you scroll here, you can see upcoming events. So you can see the inflation rate for the US, my ex-dividend date for Coca-Cola, ex-dividend date for Merck, ex-dividend date for Unite, and so on. And you can see that there's a whole host of events, including things like dividends. So you can see here, Shell is going to pay me £37. It was confirmed on October the 27th. The ex-dividend date was August the 10th. And there's the dividend payment date. And under there, you can see that he's going to give 0.26, which is 26p per share. And I own 142 shares. So it's going to pay me £37.49. Inputting stocks onto the app is also very easy. So I personally don't own any Tesla, but I'll show you how to put it on. So go to the search tab at the bottom, search your stock, so Tesla for example, and then you'd add your stock and how many shares you've got. So I'm just going to put in a ridiculous number here so it appears at the top of my portfolio. Say I've got 500 shares of Tesla. What you then be able to see is that the upcoming dates here, in 35 days, you've got an earnings call for Tesla. Now, if we try one that gives dividends instead, so let's try one like Apple. Again, you add the stock, enter your shares. So say I had, 5,000 shares. Scroll down and you'll be able to see the upcoming ex-dividend date and how much it'll pay me. So if I owned 5,000 shares, it'd pay me £958 in 59 days if I owned it on the ex-dividend date. If at any point you sold one of your stocks and wanted to get rid of it, again, that's really easy. You just click on the individual stock, so the Apple holding, for example, scroll to the top, and in the top right, you can see that little negative icon. Just click that, and it'll delete it from your portfolio. So you can see this app is really in-depth and easy to use, and you can also follow friends as well. So I've got a friend who I follow, and if I click on that, I can see all of his individual holdings as well. So it's quite nice if you've got a group of friends who invest to follow each other and you'll be able to keep up to date with what they're investing in as well. Now, the free version of the app, you're only able to actually track 10 to 15 stocks. And you can see that I actually track 64 and I don't pay for the premium. So the way to get around this, if you go to the portfolio in the bottom right, you can either try Pro, which I think is around £32 a year, for £31.49, or you can invite friends. And that's what I actually did. So for each friend who you send the app to, and they download it, they don't even have to log anything on the app, they just need to download it to their phone. If you invite them, you get 5 free extra spots. So you can see that I've actually got plus 65 at the bottom there because I've sent it to a few friends, asked them to download the app, and then just delete the app, and it gives me an extra 5 spots. So that's a really easy way of getting around those premium features, especially in terms of tracking stocks, just by inviting friends. It's also worth noting that your portfolio can be loaded on a web browser, which makes it easy to upload your portfolio to StockEvents. If you use StockEvents, let me know what you think. Alternatively, if you use something that can rival StockEvents, then please let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.